Welcome back. Anheuser-Busch, the most iconic name in beer in the United States, embroiled in a controversy that has damaged their brand, perhaps irreparably.
Hi. Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us.
And there it is right there. Dylan Mulvaney and the trans marketing scheme backfiring in a big way. Backlash was fast and fierce. You know the story. The stunt costing the company nearly $400 million in U.S. sales. Now selling off 8 of its beer and beverage brands, Anheuser-Busch is, eliminating about 380 jobs in the process. The author of Family Reigns, The Extraordinary Rise and Epic Fall of an American Dynasty, Anheuser-Busch heir Billy Busch, joins me tonight to talk about this. Sir, I want to thank you for coming on. The collapse of this brand, which, as I understand it, is not still tethered to your family, right? But the collapse of this brand has been remarkable. Bud Light is an American staple. How did they let this happen?
You know, I'm closer to what went on in my family and how my family ran the brewery than ever, because I've just written the book, and it's just been released, Family Reigns. And I understand better than ever how my family went about doing business, and all the way back with my great grandfather Adolphus to the last leader of Anheuser-Busch. And that was, they loved this country, and they never got into politics. They stayed away from politics because they didn't want to turn off a big portion of the population. And I think what AB InBev has done has turned off a big portion of the population with their advertising. You know, let's face it, the Dylan Mulvaney advertising was controversial. It was something people didn't relate to, and it was definitely a political agenda that was shoved down people's throats. And so the people that drink beer, especially the Bud Light drinkers, didn't relate to advertising like that, and it just turned them off. And because it's so political today, you know, it's just something that I don't know if AB's ever going to recover from.
You know, what happens, I think, is that you take a brand like this that, you know, it's very Americana, right? And then you let it be marketed by these lunatics that all live in New York City, where it's so far left you can't even imagine. I mean, you go into these law firms, into these marketing firms in New York, and you're like on another planet. And they're the ones making the decisions for a product that is sold heavy in places like Indiana and Colorado and these places where regular people live. And it's just that you couldn't be any more disassociated from your consumer base.
No, you're exactly right. I don't think they've ever delivered a case of beer. No. You know, I don't think they've been in the heartland of this country, where you have your farmers, your blue collar workers who enjoy a Bud Light after work. And they don't understand that these people, including me at my age, I don't really understand the whole gender identity thing, the whole transgender thing. I don't really understand it. I'm not against it. But do we want that on our beer cans? Not really. That's not something that we can relate to, that the most people that drink Bud Light can relate to. And these people that are running the company now, they bring in these very woke, liberal college kids and put them to work in the marketing department, and they come up with advertising like this. They don't know the real beer drinker out there. And let me tell you, in my book, you can see how Americano my family was, how they supported this, how they supported America, how they knew the people, they knew the beer drinker, and they would have never, ever done advertising like this.
It sounds like a great book. Let me just ask you, what do you think happens? What's the future for this brand? Do they have to dump it to somebody else to revive it? What happens here?
Well, I think they need to bring a Busch in. They need to bring maybe me in and help them get out of this hole, or sell the brand to me, because I'd buy it. I'm in the beer business anyway. We have the Busch Family Brewing and Distilling Company here in Missouri, and you know, so we're continuing the Busch tradition of brewing. We understand the beer business, and I think, you know, they're going to have to do something drastic in order to change the tide that's rolling with them right now. And in order to do that, they're going to have to do something like that, honestly. So let's see what happens. I think I can make Bud Light great again, to tell you the truth.
Make Bud Light great again. It looks like a hat. Looks like a hat, I know. Billy Bush, great conversation. I want to thank you so much for coming on.
Pleasure being here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.